Today I am at an architecture job. It's interiors and I'm photographing them with this Nikon D500 with a 12-24 and a flash. I have two rates when it comes to architecture and interiors. The one rate is the very, very expensive, come in, light everything perfectly, set everything up for a magazine. The second rate is for me to come in literally with this kit and to just shoot everything that I can, obviously light it as best I can, use all of my experience to make the photos good. I claim that it makes it look 80% as good in 20% the time, and quite honestly I prefer to come in and do it this way rather than spending my entire afternoon here lighting two shots. I'm using a 12-24 lens, and you might say that on a crop sensor 12 is like an 18 and it's not even really that wide, but I find that it is the exact amount of wideness that I can go before I really start to see a lot of distortions that I have to fix in post. So this just speeds up my workflow in post. I use this trusty monopod here and shoot everything usually on live view in these environments, just because I like to see exactly what I'm getting. And one of the challenges with coming into random environments is that you still have to abide by the photography rules, which is basically that I want that rule of thirds where maybe there's something up in the top right corner, table's off in the bottom left corner, and the couch is in the bottom there. Even though there's a lot going on, it's still technically a properly composed photo. So we're gonna take that one. And I think that that will make the website. Another huge thing you can do to help out with these photos is time of day. This is, for this environment here, I would say the worst time of day to shoot this. Other interior photographers may disagree, but I like good natural light coming in, and right now the sun is on the other side of the building. So let's go to a room that has the sun coming in it, and I can show you kind of the differences. So as you can see, this unit is a lot brighter. This white couch here with the sun directly on it might pose some issues. It's actually holding together in the iPhone better than I think that it will hold together on my camera. This is the darkest of all the units I've been in so far. It is very, very lit. I turned all the lights on. Basically what I do is I walk into the room. If it's not naturally lit, I turn every single light on. And my strategy here is that I'm using an ungelled flash. So I'm hoping to add enough daylight color to this side of the room to balance with the daylight that's coming in from outside. And I don't know if that's technically how you're supposed to do things, but that's how I do things, and most of the time it works out. So we're gonna try that, and we're gonna see if it balances to a somewhat proper white balance in here. I don't like to do too many local adjustments once I get into Lightroom. So the more I can do in camera, the better. All right, notice the problem here that I'm standing in a doorway that is very bright and very blue, and in here is very incandescent light. And if I close this door here, that would solve the problem, but then there'd also be a closed door in this photo, whereas I want this to be more like a leading an environment. I don't want this to be something that's just a closed door and a reflection. Also, you'll notice that I am in the reflection. So the quick fix to that is to just close the door a little bit. So close it that much. Now I'm no longer in the reflection. Blue is still in the reflection though, so I'm gonna punch my flash up here maybe to 1/4. Basically the goal is to get the blue light at the door here where my camera is to match with the incandescent light inside here. And by match I mean just completely obliterating all of the incandescent light while leaving it still on for ambience. Let's see how that worked. That's pretty good, except for my hands in it. All right, I'm conscious. What is that? Oh, it's a horse. I'm consciously making an incorrect decision here to blow out the windows. Usually I try to keep them intact, but these windows specifically are super dirty and also face into a bunch of construction, and I don't think that that will bring people in if they see that it's a construction site. I would rather just kind of leave it blank white, and then when they come in they can actually be impressed with the views, because the views here, if you're up top, are pretty cool. So I want them to maybe have that as a reveal in real life. And maybe I'm thinking too deep into this, but I do come from a marketing background, so these are the things that I think about. And this horse. What a strange horse. I always love the photos that stagers go with to put inside their houses. So this couple here, they just love horses so much that they put this gigantic horse right above their bed, so that every night when they fall asleep, they look at this horse and they're like, man, what a beautiful painting. I'm glad that we spent a bunch of money on that. I think I've solved the family tree here. This is not their daughter that just graduated because this couple is way too young to have a daughter of that age. I believe that this is their niece, and this horse actually belongs to them. And that's why they're okay with falling asleep every day to this beautiful image of this horse here, because it is their child, just as Richard and Penelope are Lindsay and my children. This horse is this couple's child that they get to stare at. Because they can't legally board a horse here, so they just thought they'd bring the image, and then we'd leave the horse at the farm where it belongs. One thing I know for sure is that this horse is staying in one of these photos that I'm going to deliver. I need a polarizer to get rid of the reflection on the horse. Or I can just move. Disaster avoided. I think that concludes this space here.